Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Well, recently on the most recent video you put up, the one with Sheikh Salman about how to achieve unity.
Yeah.
There was a comment put up by Noor al-Bahraini.
Yeah.
In which he addresses your video. I'll read you the comment and then hopefully you can just comment on some of the points that he's made.
Inshallah.
So what he says is, although it may be well intended, this video again demonstrates Ahmad Salman's delusion. The example he gives about Abu Talib can only be called silly. We do not have ritualized cursing of Abu Talib. He is respected. Similarly, the Muslims have no issue living with, say, Christians or Jews who believe all our revered figures, including the Prophet himself, are in hell. But their religion does not revolve around cursing, attacking and lying about our figures the way you yourself, Hassan, have demonstrated. The reality of the situation is you, the 12s, claim Islam, yet attack the revered figures of the majority of Muslims, provoking over 1 billion people. Your religion is obsessed with the Sahaba, and who would accept the statement, I curse your mother ritually, but only when you're not around? The reality is that 12 Shi'ism is extremely provocative and is incompatible with humanity, at least the Muslim part in brackets, no matter how nice you make it sound or how eloquent your speakers are.
Okay.
So what some of the main points he's raised, I thought we'll do address point by point, inshallah. But one of the points he makes is that the Sunnis, they don't have ritual cursing of Abu Talib.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. You see, before we get onto the points, there's a very important point that we need to highlight. You know what it is? Is me and the brothers behind the Purified Truth channel, we put out this video of Sheikh Ahmad Salman talking about how to achieve coexistence, uniting, not as the same belief, let's say. Let's just say, just uniting as human beings, being tolerant of one another.
And coexisting.
Coexisting. Then you have someone that is so bitter that he comes in the comment section, writes a whole paragraph to say, no, how we're not able to achieve it. It should show you the mindset of these people. Listen, I'm a very staunch believer in my aqeedah. I have a very staunch position regarding certain historical figures that the Sunnis revere. But that does not mean I don't want to coexist with them. That does not mean if I have a neighbor that is Sunni, I wouldn't feed him, I wouldn't look after him, I wouldn't look after his house if he's not there. That doesn't mean that. I have a staunch position, there's no doubt, we don't negate that. But how are you coming after we've put out a video saying, listen, we are very staunch in our opinion. You don't want to change your opinion, that's fine, don't change your opinion. But please, leave me to stay on my opinion. Be tolerant of my opinion. Let's coexist. Then he comes, that shows you the mentality of it. Sah lola. Tell me the first point that you said.
Like I said, he said that they don't have the ritual curse of Abu Talib. Another point he raises that, according to him, Abu Talib is respected.
Okay, Jay. Point one is that they don't have a ritual of cursing Abu Talib. Habibi, what is the difference between cursing and calling someone a kafir? When you are cursing someone, you are in one way or another degrading him, insulting him in one way or another. Sahih? You calling someone a kafir is exactly the same thing. Me saying la'natullah on XYZ, you're going to what? Get upset. You calling Abu Talib, who I believe is one of the greatest figures in Islam, a kafir, also upsets me. But I'm tolerant of the fact that in your ahadith, you have a hadith that says he's a kafir. That's the main point of it, is that you do have a ritual and a consistent pattern where you call Abu Talib a kafir. You've been doing it for over 1,400 years. Simple. Don't sit there and try to juggle around with it, but we don't have ritual. Shana marad. He's so ill that he's got a problem with la'na. Habibi, it's culture. Allah curses the liars. I believe certain historical figures are liars. So we curse them. But we're saying, listen, we're not, like I used to be of the individual, so was you, that used to think, you're young, you're just, you just want to explode into the scene. Yes, this, la'na on this person, la'na on that person. But that's not the way. When you start to study the seerah of the Imams, there's a specific time and place for such things. Yeah. We are asking for coexistence. Peaceful coexistence. I don't want you to love my aqidah, because I definitely don't love your aqidah. Yeah. That's what it is. As for Abu Talib being respected, Habibi, how is it called being respected when you're calling him a kafir? That means he is hatab jahannam. And how are you going to respect someone? No, this is what I mean about this brother. ما عد تفقه. Respected. Abu Talib, they came to him in his deathbed. Habibi, la ilaha illallah. Nope. He saw all the miracles of the Prophet. He saw the akhlaq of the Prophet. He knew who the Prophet was. He raised the Prophet and he still didn't believe, by their opinion. And then you're going to respect someone like that? Or you're just going to respect him because he loved his nephew and he protected his nephew? Because at the end of the day, that's what it was. Because by your stand, he didn't believe in it. They tried everything. Please, la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. No. But you're going to respect someone like that? No, if it was in our books, we had the opinion that, wa'udhu billah, Abu Talib is a kafir, then he is not respected. If you're going to look at it the same way they do in the timeline, the way that he rejected La ilaha illallah and continued upon the belief of his forefathers, then definitely we're not going to accept him or respect him. Definitely not. After he saw all of the miracles. What's the third point, sorry?
So he says, we have no issue living with Jews and Christians because their religion doesn't revolve around cursing, attacking, and lying against our figures, which is debatable.
Well, one, Habibi, Christians, day and night, their du'at, are doing what? Calling the Prophet, insulting the Prophet. I've always said this. I believe, okay, not all Sunnis, but those who are especially involved in Sunni Shi'a polemics, they have more ghira for certain companions, and certain wives of the Prophet than Rasulullah. Yeah, 100%. When you got Christians calling the Prophet a paedophile, calling him this, calling him that, look at their du'at.
It gets worse than that. They're not even just talking about the Prophet. They make these claims against Allah Azza wa Jal.
Even there you go. Go and look at their du'at. This is what I mean. This guy Mafahim, he got a bit angry. You know what it is? He knows in his heart, and I'm very sure of it, because Allah creates clean hearts. It's us that makes it dark. In his heart, he knows that this is correct what we're saying. Habibi, don't accept my religion. Don't even be tolerant of my religion. Speak against my religion. Be tolerant of me as a human. Because at the end of the day, no matter what your aqidah is, I see a human in front of me. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You telling me you can live with them. Oh, so you can live with Christians that say the Prophet is a paedophile. And they talk about attacking and provoking. Habibi, you guys attack and provoke. You guys attack and provoke. And they're so delusional, attack and provoke. Habibi, I have a certain understanding, a certain reading of history. X, Y, Z, munharifin, munafiqeen, kadhabeen. That's my aqidah. And if I can't academically put out something and I say, this individual in history that is revered by Sunnis, we believe is a liar. Habibi, if you're going to take that as an insult to him and not actually try to refute it academically, then I don't know what to say to you, Bad.
Another point he makes is that she has obsessed with cursing the Sahaba.
I think he said obsessed with the Sahaba.
Sorry, obsessed with the Sahaba, sorry.
So, obsessed with the Sahaba. Well, to be fair, no. We're more obsessed with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi and the Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam. Having said that, there's no problem with us being obsessed with the Sahaba. Why? They are munafiqeen. We believe some of the Sahaba were munafiqeen. They were hypocrites. And I don't like how they say the Sahaba, because obviously he's putting it
generalise
in a
all.
negative connotation. No, I am talking about, I want every brother and sister from Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah to rephrase it. Some of the Sahaba.
Yeah.
دققوا بالمسألة. Some of the Sahaba. So when we say that when he says that we are obsessed with the Sahaba, there's nothing wrong with it. We believe some of the Sahaba were hypocrites and liars, and we believe they are the foundation to causing the deviation of the Ummah. They are the ones that took away the Khilafah of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Some of the Sahaba. Again, some of the Sahaba. So, it's like saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, wa'udhu billah, is obsessed with the enemies of all the prophets, Namrud, Fir'aun, and so on. No, he mentions so you know that you do not follow their footsteps. So you know where they went wrong. You know where their mistake is. And that's the same thing here. We are telling the people, Ya alam, ya nas, ya qawm. The Khilafah of Amir al-Mu'mineen was taken. They attacked Zahra alayhi salam. Karbala occurred because of them. We are saying Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam was poisoned because of the actions of certain companions, i.e. Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan, and so forth. But that's another discussion. So being obsessed with trying to show that they are bad, that they deviated the Ummah, is not a bad thing. Because then like that you're saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bad for doing wa'udhu billah in the Quran. How many verses were spent talking about the enemies of Allah? Rasulullah, for how many years was he fighting Quraysh? They said, we'll give you everything. He said, if you give me the sun and the moon, I will never leave your idols. The idols need to finish. Same thing here. You have asnam, idols, that needs to be destroyed. Oh, that's our belief. You want to refute, tfaddal. No one minds.
He goes on to say, who would accept the statement, I curse your mother ritually, but only when you're not around?
Habibi, one, we have a certain reading of this individual, this character in history, this personality. We believe they are hypocrites, they are liars, and they did many actions that made people deviate from the truth. Yes? That's our reading. And we believe, based upon that, by the principles of the Quran and the Qawa'id within the Sunnah, this personality deserves to be cursed. All we're saying is, for the attempt to peacefully coexist, I will not do it in front of you. But if you ask me, yes, I do it behind closed doors. I do it all the time. But I'm not here to offend you. Because me doing that, that's me intentionally trying to provoke something.
It's malicious.
Yeah, that's the better word to say, yes. For me, I want to have the freedom. I am a free man. I am a master of my own. I decide and I want to prove that this individual deviated the Ummah. I should have the freedom to do that.
Yeah, why can't you?
And I have many Sunni friends, staunch Sunnis, and they say to me, we know you do this, but in front of us, I'll be like, yeah, of course not. I wouldn't do that in front of you, but I definitely do it. Here's my reasoning. You want to discuss? Let's discuss. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, 100%. I've seen it. I've seen those friends. We've all got friends that we have these conversations with. There's no reason why we can't coexist. Some of these people are my best friends.
Exactly.
They understand my viewpoint. They see where I'm coming from. Not to say they respect what I'm doing, but they'll tolerate what I'm doing because I'm not doing it in front of them. Right?
It's like you have a family member you don't like.
Yeah.
You don't like them, okay? Actually, you think they are one of the worst people, but for the reasoning of not breaking family relations, when you see them, you're not going to go to them, oh yeah, I cursed, or I think your mother is really bad. You're not going to say that to them.
No.
صح لو لا. What you're going to do is tell them, look, you know, if the subject does come up, we think this and this was wrong. That was done from your mother's side, and that's it.
Yeah, 100%. Another point he makes to finalise it, to wrap it up, is that he says the reality is that the 12 Shi'ism. I love the way he words this as well. And 12 Shi'ism is extremely provocative and incompatible with humanity.
Allah.
Incompatible with humanity. At least on Muslim.
Well, I don't know if this guy was angry or something. Anyway, 12 Shi'ism. Okay, yes, people can provoke. I was one of them people that was doing things like that. So was you, Sammy. But at the end of the day, our religion is going to collide with every other religion.
Yeah.
I believe Christianity is false. I believe one of the biggest, most delusional beliefs is that God has a son, for example, the Holy Trinity. I will speak against that, and I will try to be as academic as I can. Do I always do it in the correct way? Maybe not, but we try to the best of our ability.
Yeah.
And if people find it, you know what I think? I think people like that, they cannot accept that we know their book so well and that we are causing so much doubt within their community. I actually believe that. And the matter of the fact is that it's causing them a lot. And you see, they are the ones that are obsessed. They are the ones that, Habib, wallah, the way they're obsessed with me, they give me more attention than my wife does. Wallah, they follow me on every social media. I'm daqiqin ala everything. But it's fine. Do whatever you want. Like I said, yani, that comment was just like based upon whatever.
Yeah,
but
that was just one of them.
It's like me saying, yeah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks against the Trinity, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Jum'ah says that the Rabbi Jews are like donkeys carrying books, provocative وما أعرف شنو. كافي واحد يكون يدقق بالمسألة, be pinpointed with the thing, you attack academically, you prove your point, and you leave it to the rest. Like for me, for example, when I do a refutation, hardly will you ever see me do another video replying back to whatever they try to refute on my points.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I know I don't need to. Once I take a hit, and it's done. Again, like I said, do we sometimes become provocative? Like even me myself, maybe. We try to our best not to go down that
route.
We try to be as academic as we can. Some people take it to heart and they want to attack you personally, so we just
rise above it,
and we, not even that, sometimes you just have to put them back in their place.
Yeah.
And that's part of part of the, you want to call it, the game.
Well, it's like they say, you see a lot of the time they'll be like, oh, we're a religion of peace, but we're not pacifists. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you want to get dirty, then expect to get a reaction back.
Yeah.
So it's as simple as that. But inshallah, I pray that we are able to coexist peacefully with our Sunni brothers and sisters. I have no malice towards any Sunni. What we want to do is coexist and, you know, stop bickering about things that is not going to help us come together. That doesn't mean don't, you know, academically attack the certain beliefs that you want to attack. Do that. You're free to do that. You know, the thing is as well, just last point before we close it up. I believe a lot of people have this mentality where they still think they're living under the caliphate, you know, the Sunni caliphate. And he wants to put his foot on top of your head.
Yeah.
Habibi, I am a Shi'i. You will not put your foot on top of my head. No man will. I'm a master of my own, and I am a follower of 14 masters, one of them being Zahra alayhi salam, and of course the prophets alayhum salam, and that's it. No one's above me. No one's going to put their foot on top of my head. It's as simple as that. You have the freedom to speak. We want to have the freedom to speak, and that's it. And I pray that that day comes where we can live in peace and, you know, act appropriately to the best of our abilities, inshallah. هذا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.